Everyone, welcome to the show. So, the Justice Department has gotten a hold of an election report that was commissioned by the Trump campaign. I've mentioned this before. They commissioned this report to try to prove his fairy tale of widespread election and voter fraud. The problem was it didn't. And like I said, I've mentioned this one before, but I've gotten more details about what was in this report. Trump's campaign paid over $600,000 to a company called Berkeley Research Group, and they proved what we already knew, that he's a loser. This is a key piece of evidence against Trump because he can't claim he didn't know or he still believed the election was rigged. He knew, and now they have the written evidence to prove it because the DOJ issued subpoenas to some of the people who drafted this report. And you guys might remember the Berkeley team conducted a phone meeting with Trump and some of his allies in December of 2020. And the meeting, they said, grew contentious when Berkeley tried to tell Trump the truth. And they shot down his conspiracy theories with actual researched facts. So here's some of what that report contained and how we know for sure that Trump just lied to his voters. The researchers stated in this report that only 9 votes had been cast in Fulton County, Georgia, under the name of a deceased person. And they reported that the worst case scenario, even if they missed some, for the entire state of Georgia, only 23 votes were cast using a deceased person's name. That was the high end, 23. The very next day after that report was drafted, Trump made his infamous call to the Georgia Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, and was urging him, remember, to find the exact number of votes he needed to win. And Trump said in that call, quote, "So dead people voted. And I think the number is close to 5,000 people. And they went to obituaries. They went to all sorts of methods to come up with an accurate number. And a minimum is close to about 5,000 voters." So I don't know when he received that report from them, but at some point he did. And at some point he knew that it was nowhere near 5,000. It was 23 at the very most. And he never corrected that with anyone. This isn't like just a random person telling him. These are people he paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to do this research. And then similar false statements were made by Trump attorneys in the state of Nevada. In a legal filing, they claimed that 1,506 dead people had voted and that more than 42,000 people voted twice. Well, Trump's paid researchers said in their report to him that statewide, the entire state of Nevada, 20 dead people voted or used a dead person's name, and 45 double votes were cast. So even their high end, their worst case scenario on the double votes was 9,063, far less than the 33,000 that he needed to win Nevada. Also in this report, it stated that the high number of mail-in ballots was to be expected. I mean, we all knew this. It was because of COVID, right? It accounted for Trump's big dumps, as he called them, you know? And in regard to Pennsylvania and whether or not the fake voters were created, because that's one thing that Trump's team, his allies, were trying to say, oh, they just created people out of whole cloth. The Berkeley report said, quote, "The report did not substantiate anything that showed fraud to overturn the results in Pennsylvania." So there you have it. You know, Fox owners and employees admit there was no widespread voter fraud. Their own brain department or brain, I forget what they call it over there, they did their research, said nothing. There's nothing there. Jenna Ellis admitted to misrepresenting fraud allegations to the public. She just did that about a month ago. Sidney Powell admitted that no reasonable person would believe what she was spewing out about election fraud on Fox News. And now this Trump-paid research firm found no evidence of widespread fraud. But the sheep are still out there chanting, "Stop the steal." There is no hope for a certain percentage of Trump supporters, they don't want to know the truth. It doesn't matter what facts you present them with. They don't care. They want an excuse. Their guy is a loser, which, ostensibly it extends to them. It makes them a loser for believing in him. And they can't handle that. They don't have the strength of character to handle that. They cannot admit that, I made a mistake. I backed the wrong person. They're not strong enough. Their egos are too fragile. They're too insecure. Strong people, secure people are able to admit things like that. The majority of them can't. So anyway, guys, I'll let you know if I hear any more. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Truly all helps to keep the show going. Love you all. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.